Day soap is brought to us from TFS, and the scent on this one here is tobacco. I think the ingredient list is maybe 8, 9 ingredients on this one here. Might be kind of hard to tell. This is like an off-white or a very light beige color, and it's fairly soft. Put your finger inside of it. It's inexpensive. Depends on when you get this. It could be right around the $5 mark, could be a little bit less. Just depends on when you buy it. In other words, on sale. I'm gonna match it up with RazoRock Puros, another tobacco scented aftershave, and I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning. Already put some Proraso Preshave on the face, and let's see here. Still got my Crown King alum block complete with rubber band this morning, and got some Humphrey witch hazels over there still left in the container. Got it whipped up here in a Sarabachi bowl with a horsehair brush from Vie Long. This is a brown horsehair. Got a link down below for a lot of this stuff here, and that's what it looks like there in a bowl, whipped up. And it's it's not drippy, but it is on the wet side, I guess you might say. Blade of choice today is a Proraso. It's Personna. This is the wrapper that it came in. And shaver of the day, this is an iKon. This one here is the Slant. Don't know if you can see the blade. That's what it looks like there. You can tell it's got a safety bar in there, but the scallop, this side here, is smaller scallops than this side. Not real sure what the reasoning is for that. No overhang. This is the, if I remember right, this is the bulldog handle. This will be my first shave with a iKon double edge. I've got a single edge, and this will be my first one with a double edge from iKon. So we'll see how this is going to work out for me today. I have had my eye on these shavers for quite some time. Just finally decided to go ahead and give them a try. Here we go. The website, like I said, I have a link down below. You can get the cap and head, a blemish one, and they said that the blemish is cosmetic. But anyway, you can get it for $12.50, which is pretty inexpensive. Now this handle here, I got along with another shaver from there, which I'll do a video later on. And that's how I got the handle. But they have quite a selection of caps and base plates, heads, for sale, separately away from from the handles. In other words, once you find a handle that you like, you can buy the caps and base plates and just use the same handle that you had with your, I guess you might say, your original purchase or whatever. I have a few blades sitting off to the side. Talk about that here in a moment. Blades can be a little confusing, especially over the years, where they're made, where they come from. And I've got a few Personna blades over here on the side that I'll talk about. And it also depends on the stock, where they come from, on how they're packaged, what it looks like. Because over the years, the name brands, in other words, I guess you might call them the parent company or whatever the case might be, change owners, in other words. The number of choices, different packaging has changed over the years. And I got some that's at least got some dates on the packaging. Then I got one I didn't have a package readily available to look at, see what if there was a year stamped on it. But I can understand the confusion because Persona's got a few name brands out there, and even with their own name brand, there's different packaging. So far, shave's going pretty smooth. Scent on this is pretty light. It's, and I guess in a way you might look at it, it's marketed for somebody that's just starting out, doesn't want to spend $15-$20 or whatever the case might be for a soap, and just want to spend just a little bit of money, figure out whether or not this is something for them, as well as the fact that the ingredients list is small. The scent profile is light, so I can't hardly imagine very many people having issues with the having a reaction to the soap, in other words. With the grain, and so far across the grain, been pretty smooth. I wouldn't say necessarily mild. It might be on the upper end of mild or the lower end of medium. Definitely a nice smooth shave though so far. Depending on what kind of blade you have in here, it might depend on how smooth and comfortable it is. This one here, this Personna blade's working out pretty well. We have to try a feather blade, see what kind of shave I get with a feather. As it goes for beard reduction, most of the beard's already gone. Third pass is really a pickup pass, what's left over. There's not much left on my face this morning. In case I didn't mention it, today's Monday. Still working from home and listening to the news and reading what's going on. It looks like working from home is probably going to be going on for a while. I kind of figure at least till the middle of April, if not longer. Thinking longer. My original guess back when this first started was the middle of April, but now I'm kind of thinking it might go to the end of April. Just a little bit of a feedback, not much. Oh, the sale, if you're looking for a cap and base plate slant that is not blemished, I think the going price is $25. In other words, pretty inexpensive. So if you already got a handle that'll work with the cap and head, you can pick up an assortment to go right along with the handle you already got. I guess you might say a minimalist view of it, if you will, that your one handle and your several caps and base plates, if you're looking to get something like that. Yeah, this is definitely smooth. I think I'll go ahead and use this blade again on Tuesday. Do another video on Wednesday with the feather blade, because the way this feels, this has got a lot of life left in it. Very nice smooth shave this morning. Well, that was impressive. I guess I had expectations of maybe being just a little bit more on the aggressive side, more blade feel. Face feels pretty good though. Just I guess you might say your typical routine with the grain across the grain, against the grain pass, just like I did. Got the majority of the beard growth. There's not, in other words, if you were chasing BBS, there's not much left to be picking up. Post-shave feel with the soap feels pretty good. My face doesn't feel dried out. Does feel moisturized. I mean, it's like I say, it's not dry or anything like that. Slickness was pretty decent. Can't really complain about the slickness. Yeah, there's not a whole lot left on my face. In other words, if I wanted to chase BBS, I could probably do it, and probably even do it without any kind of irritation. See what the alum block has to say. Just a little bit of stinging, not much, and it's not like it's a wholesale spot as opposed to just a little, just like a pinpoint, for instance. Just a little spot. It's really a nice shave. I'm kind of glad I got it now. The other one that I got is, I thought I'd give it a try. It's not something that I quite understand, to be honest with you. Oh, by the way, as it goes for the small side, the small scallops versus the big, I couldn't tell the difference during the shave. But the other cap and head that I got, one side's open comb and one side's got a safety bar. And for me, I never quite could wrap my mind around that sort of setup. So I thought maybe I should give it a try before I knock it too terribly bad. Just right now, for me, I just can't hardly imagine what the difference is between the two. And maybe there is, and I can tell when I shave with it, and that way I can, wrap my mind around it. But right now, for me, it's just like I can't just hardly do it. It'll be it's my first setup that's got one side open comb and one side safety bar. This is a fairly close match. In other words, just smelling straight out of the bottle and smelling the soap right off the puck. It's a fairly close match as goes for scent. It's not exact by any means, but it's fairly close. I think it's the Gifts and Care. You can find the matching aftershave for this, but of course they're not going to send it internationally, so in other words, stateside I can't get it. But in other words, if you're in the right part of the world, you can get the matching aftershave to go along with these soaps. There's 3 different flavors. This is just one of them. I think the other one is citrus, and I can't remember what the other one is right off the top of my head. But as this is drying down, the scent is different than this, but this soap is so lightly scented, I don't see that soap's going to interfere, especially with my nose. It's not happening. This is a tobacco scented aftershave, of course. It's really close. It's not exact, but it's darn close per my nose. Close enough. If you were looking for something to match it up, since you may not be able to get the matching aftershave to go right along with it. Yes, before I forget, this one here, this blade I used today, come in this kind of wrapper, and it may be kind of hard to see, yeah, because it's kind of chopped off, but yes, I've got several examples here. So that blade that I shaved with this morning came out of this box right here, and there's, as you can tell, there was 100 in there. And this one here, as it goes for company wise, it's got a date of 2017 and it says Edgewell. And these, yeah, right there on the bottom, it's kind of hard to read that tiny print. It says made in Israel. So that's where the one that comes wrapped looking like this. But I've got some, what I would probably consider older ones that look like this, and these are made here in the States. I also got another set, don't have the original Hunter box, the pack box, but I've got it in a dispenser here that I've got off of Etsy, Shave. Anyway, it's a 3D printed box, and that's what those Personna blades look like. They're individually wrapped. Those are made here in the States. And the difference that I can tell, I don't know there's a difference, there could be, but I can't tell the difference. These two, both of these are made in Israel. If you get a 5-pack, it's going to come in a red pack and in a cardboard box, but if you want a 10-pack, it's going to come in a package like this with a dispenser that you can put your used blades in on the back side of it. That the only difference, in other words, is one's got 10-pack, one's 5-pack, and then what the actual packaging is, but these come from Israel. And if you're looking at a package like this, these blades are made here in the States, but it's actually packaged in Mexico. And the year, there's a 2015 date on this one here, then it says Accutech blades. Now, the best that I know, Accutech is the current one, or maybe it's the parent company, and Edgewell is maybe the, I guess, subsidiary, or it might be the other way around. I haven't been able to figure out what the those two companies, what the relationship is, if there is much of one. And as it goes for some more blades that were made for the Israel and the packaging, these are the Personna X series. This is the double edge, here's a single edge, and both of these are made in Israel also. So just to add to some more confusion of where they come from, is there a difference between them? As it goes for labeling, you'll notice seems like anything that's stateside related. You see that down here at the bottom it says coated, comfort coated, and most of that I find that's made stateside is labeled that way, but the rest of them I have noticed it, well, I take that back, because this one here does say comfort coated on this one here. So some say they're comfort coated, for instance, like this one here says it's platinum coated. Honestly, when I shave with them, I can't tell the difference. Maybe somebody else can, but they all seem to be the same to me. Anyway, just to throw all that information out there, muddy things up for you. Hope everybody's doing well, making it through this trying time, being stuck at the house, not really supposed to go anywhere. Anyway, stay safe and smooth shaves to you.